Hello everyone. Welcome to the webinar series on what's new in Zoho CRM this 2020. A customer's journey is seldom straightforward. When you look at it from your side of the fence, there is a complex path through which a customer can travel, involving different teams and applications to aid their journey. Regardless of how complex it is from the business's point of view, the customer's expectations can be summed up in one word: seamless. They want a seamless experience from the initial brush with your business till the day of their patronage. Today we will look at Command Center. This feature lets you visualize your customer's journey and replicate it digitally in the CRM. Effortlessly connect different modules of your CRM and third-party applications that will be involved in guiding the customer from coming in as a prospect till the day become till the day they become an advocate of your business. In today's webinar, we will look at a customer's journey, the different aspects involved in it, and the importance of offering them a consistent experience throughout. In this demo, we will be looking at how Command Center works and how it lets you design the different aspects of your customer's journey, as well as tying in the different modules and processes involved. You will also learn how you can analyze and enhance your customer's journey to deliver the best possible experience. At the center of every business are customers. These are the people driving your business. Everything we do as a business is to attract more customers and make them purchase, and most importantly, ensure that they are happy. Does this happen automatically? Not at all. There are different customer facing teams working for this magic. They are talking to your customers on a daily basis. They share their experiences, they solve their problems, and are primarily responsible in keeping your customers happy. But it's not just these customer facing teams, there is more to the equation. There are a lot more teams while working in the shadows to ensure everything runs clockwork. Now, to make sure everything is running in a coherent manner, all of them need different sets of software. They need to use different pieces, and that's just six on the screen that I put. But I can go on and on about all the different applications they use. There could be multiple pieces of software from one vendor or multiple vendors, but all these different software are not necessarily aligned. So, does it work? Not necessarily. I mean, it might look good, but it need not necessarily work to the best of the abilities. Also, that is a question which we are looking to solve. If you look at all of these pieces as different islands floating on their own, drifting away on their own, that really will not solve the purpose. So, what you need is a bridge. You need to bridge these islands in a meaningful manner so that it flows the information in a flow of context across all these different departments. And when we are talking about bridges, this one is also great. But will you walk on it? I sure won't. And it looks like this one is fine, but there's no way I'm betting my life on it. And when we are talking about a bridge, what we mean is something more valuable, something more lasting, something more picturesque, and that's what we mean by a real bridge. And how does all of that happen? When all this happens, how does that change the experience for a customer? What happens when all the different applications you use and the various teams involved in a customer's journey are connected? Because when everything runs clockwork behind the scenes of your company, your business, it changes the experience for your customer. And how does it look for them? It will look like a beautiful journey across different stages. And that journey is not really strained. And we all know that the customer's journey has various twists and turns. That we got to introduce some angry customers, some not so happy customers, some delighted customers, and there are different stages of it. Am I right? So you seldom get a customer who expresses interest and converts the same day. There is a lot of process that goes in between all of this. And as a business, what you can do is to make the journey enjoyable, is to make and also make the journey cherishable. And how will all of this look like a customer in the end? It looks like one voice, it looks like all your teams are different instruments being played, and then finally the customer is listening to it as just one tune of music and that resonates perfectly well with whatever they have been looking for. And that's the vision for Command Center. And we have taken some inspiration from real world situations, and I will not lie about some of those can look like a far fetched option, but then they played a key role in trying to shape up the way we have been trying to build this feature. For instance, I like eating out. I'm a genuine foodie and I like trying out new kinds of food. And I really don't understand why I have to wait 30 to 45 minutes at a table once I place the order. Why can't my favorite restaurant offer me an experience that I will cherish? Can't I just place the order from my phone? Why can't the food be ready at the table while and by the time I reach so that I don't have to wait there? McDonald's offers that at scale, but then I want my neighborhood restaurant to be able to pull this off. If you consider hotel check-in experiences, I know there are some high-end hotel chains who offer that, but then if you look at the whole coherence of this, or perhaps even having an app for food ordering inside the hotel or even for laundry, it's not really a seamless experience. And that is something I am sure many of you have faced, and you would become more than interested to understand what scenarios you think can solve this and would act as a perfect input for all of us. Let me give you an example uh, of another inspiration in further detail, one from India, or to be specific, Mumbai. Mumbai is largely touted as the financial capital of India. Bustling population, very busy city. It's also called the city that never sleeps. 18 million people, and there is a lot of action happening. It's a crowded city, it's busy everywhere. And I'm not sure how many of you identify with this image. These guys are called the Dabbawalas. Basically, they are the lunch delivery experts of India. And in effect, assume that they are the FedEx for lunch. The difference is that they are 5,000 people. Every day they deliver as much as 2 lakh lunches within a service interval of just 3 hours. And do they get things mixed up? There's always a chance for it because they don't use any high end technology, or almost all of them are semi literate. But no, they are actually extremely accurate. And have they been doing this for maybe 1 or 2 years? No, they are pulling this magic off for about 127 years now. And when such things happen, you achieve a higher place in your customers' hearts. The customer's experience goes way beyond delivering just service. We should understand that they're not just delivering lunch, they're delivering an experience. They deliver home cooked food every day, and that is an experience which no one else can give. It is not just a delivery service, it is more than that. And when they pull this off, like this is what the city did for them. They built a life-size statue made of metal discs and in tribute to all the relentless Dabbawalas who worked there. So, this is one real time example which we took inspiration from, and most essentially, the fact that the possibilities are really endless with Command Center. You can tie together any operation to be event specific, any module in the CRM, and any product of Zoho, any product from outside ecosystem to make sure all of these work in perfect harmony. And it is our aim and our hope to ensure you win customers for life continuously. Now, that is the inspiration and vision for Command Center. It is made clear. Let's address some basic questions you may have in your mind. That is, how is Command Center different from Blueprint? Blueprint and Command Center have different scope and purpose in Zoho CRM. Blueprint allows you to organize protocols or processes for your organization that should be adhered to in order to mark their completion. Let's say you consider leads coming through referrals only if their revenue is worth about $5,000, or a deal from a particular industry is qualified only with the manager's approval. Processes that require strict guidelines can be created, monitored, and automated with the help of blueprints. On the other hand, Command Center allows you to build a replica of the entire customer journey of an entity from the beginning to an end of the journey, and even automate it with defined actions. Consider the different milestones of the customer crosses from the time he enters the pipeline till he exits, and the number of sales and marketing activities that are performed in the interim. In Command Center, you can build this customer journey or even orchestrate the interim activities to speed up the process and reduce manual errors. The same applies to manufacturing, logistics, supply chain, and other industries also. You can map a product's journey from stage A to stage B till the end of the process and automate the activities between the stages to enhance the process and troubleshoot issues to avoid exigencies. Now, here is the difference between the purpose of having a blueprint and the purpose of having a command center. Blueprint is a process management tool to help you build a guided and a compliant business process. Here, you mandate stages and mandate processes so that there's a clear cut process or a journey of your business. Now, Command Center is a journey builder to help you visualize and build an end to end customer journey. And the scope of Blueprint is for designing specific purposes that fall under a single module in your CRM, and that scope for Command Center helps you to bring different modules, processes, and applications that are a part of your customer's journey together. Now, how does Blueprint work and how does Command Center work? The processes built in Blueprint require inputs from the user to move from one stage to another. On the other hand, Command Center operates dynamically, reacting to customer actions and helping them move from one stage to the next stage in their journey. Lastly, how are actions in Blueprint and Command Center different? Blueprint processes and allows the use of instant action, while with Command Center you can configure instant and schedule actions at different stages of the process. So I think that makes gives you a clear idea about the difference between the two. Now, a command center helps you to craft an unforgettable and a personalized experience that will win you customers for a lifetime. You can also visualize, build, and automate your customer's journey inside Zoho CRM. Tie in the process, teams, and third party applications needed to complete the journey. And lastly, Command Center also gives you enough information and reports to analyze the performance of the entire journey and enhance your customer's experience. Now we have discussed a lot about the importance of having a customer's journey mapper. So you can map the customer's journey, enhance it so that your customers can have a very happy experience. Now let's look at a few examples of how this can be beneficial. Number one, we have a lead to customer success, deal to customer success process, where deals are created through multiple sources, like a web form, or there are different sources. Now here these yellow color flags are called your transitions. So these are the actions taken by your customer or your sales rep on behalf of your customer, so that you define what all cases lets the lead go to one stage to another. Now, if you see closely, whenever a lead is created, depending upon the number of users, it is classified as a retail lead, mid market lead, or enterprise lead. So, the sales rep defines the transition here. So, when the users are less than maybe 100, 50 maybe, then they're classified as retail leads. If the user number of users are more than or in between 50 to 75, they are classified as mid-market leads. And if the number of leads is more than 100, number of users is more than 100, they are classified as enterprise leads. So here there is one stage. So all of this happens within the leads module. Now once all of this has happened, then comes a follow-up stage. So depending upon the lead's importance, there are different sales reps assigned and follow-up calls or tasks are done. And then there is some information collection process. So all of this is done. And then once the point of contact is established between the sales rep and the prospect and the lead, the sales rep converts this lead to a contact. So in this case, a contact is a person who shows some buying interest. So this person could directly ask for a quotation or look at the product details and ask for a quotation directly. So this happens in the deals module. If you see, this person or the contact might be interested in a deal but might want a discount or want to negotiate. So, depending upon that action, if the discount is approved, you go to the next invoice generation state, or if the discount is rejected, then the journey falls back and goes back to negotiations. And once the negotiation is completed, the quotation is sent. So all of this happens inside the deals module. And finally, the generated invoice is converted and then the payment is confirmed. This all happens inside the payments module. And lastly, there is an account that is assigned, a consultation call is made. So all of this is made or followed up in the support module, that is the customer success module. So from the time a customer is generated as a lead and some actions happen inside the lead to get qualified, and then negotiation happens in the deal stage, and then finally the customer pays and converts. So all of this happens in different modules, but you can map it all in one single journey like what you see on the screen. Now we have seen a deal to conversion process. Now we are looking at a financial service experience. Let's take a loan application process for example. So you have to start the process and you have to define when this process starts. So that is when applications are submitted through various sources. Now once the application is submitted, it will have to be approved by your teams. So is your application pre-approved? If it is yes, it goes for funds processing directly. Or if it is not approved, if the limit is more than pre-approval, it will wait for manual approval. So then it goes to the next stage for document verification. This can be in real time Pre-approval is done by one department, document verification is done by another department, fund processing is done by a different department. So all these white boxes here, decision boxes here, are different departments in your team. And all the yellow boxes here or the transition boxes here are the different actions taken by these teams for your application to move from one department to the other department. That is how you can look at this while you compare it with real time. So when the documents are verified, it goes to the loan approval team or rejected. If it is rejected, then there should be a reapproval. So the entire loop falls back. And once the documents and addresses are verified, it goes to the funds processing team. Or if the record in the first stage, if the record is approved directly, then it goes again to the fund processing team. Again, after the fund processing team, if the loan is sanctioned, there could be is sanctioned, they can just release the payment. But if the payment failure happens or something, then there's a overdue charge or legal proceedings. So this is handled by the legal team. So this is a map of how a loan applicant moves from one department to the other department in real time, and how it is captured inside the CRM as a single journey. Alright, so now what do we have in store for e-commerce experience or customer journey platform? So e-commerce is one buzzing business today, and one big problem that they face is cart abandonment. So there could be prospects who add a lot of items in their cart, but it will be there all the time. They won't take that one step of by making that purchase. So in order to reduce this cart abandonment, the sales rep or the customer or the representative should look at how to enhance the process, how to remind the prospects repeatedly so that they can make the purchase. So if you see here, first a person visits your app and then adds some items to the wish list. So this person would need some nurturing. So that is, you might send some marketing campaigns for this user. And if the prospects add some items in the cart and then goes forward, there are some products that are added. So the products go to order confirmation stage, or if they are waiting in the cart, goes to order waiting stage or order place. And if the session timing is out, that is, if it has been in the cart for a long time or defined time, maybe a week or so, then it goes to a stage called cart abandonment stage. So the key here is to send some different campaigns so that the user places an order. So here, nurturing emails make a huge difference. And when the order is processed, you can make sure that there's no delay further. So you place an order from the vendor, and that you could also expect some delay from the vendors. So you can know with the help of command center, you can know where the delay is. Is it from the vendor side or is it from your team side that the products have been delayed? So all of this could be understood until the products reach your customers' hands safely. So here, if you see, these are the different stages your customer goes through initially, and then rest of it is the inventory management side of your business. So how you successfully map a journey of a customer who places an order until you receive an order from the vendor and successfully pack it and send it to the customer. So the entire experience is mapped here. So these are some of the useful customer experiences and how Command Center has created a huge difference in the business processes of companies today. So we have Nick who has passed on his feedback. Likewise, we also have Carlo who has shared his feedback as well. So we use Command Center for our entire sales process that encompasses leads, deals, inventory, and delivery, and even sales returns. So this is what we say that Command Center maps a journey between different modules, and I must say it creates a great visibility to the sales process. So now that we have looked at how Command Center works and the benefits of Command Center in improving your customer's experience, now let's take a quick demo in a Zoho CRM account. I've just logged into a Zoho CRM account. So you can just go to the little gear like icon or the little tools like icon that will take you to the setup page. And you will find Command Center under Process Management. Now before that, I have created a module here for loan applications. So this loan application module will not be available by default. So all you have to do is go to Setup. Under Customization, under Modules and Fields, you can first create the modules and fields according to your process. That's what we mean to say here. So here you have to go to Modules and Fields. This will pull up the list of all the modules you have hidden or available. So all the modules will be pulled out, and you can create layouts as per your departments, as per your verticals, and you can also have different fields, mandatory or non-mandatory. You can have fields of information that you collect from your prospects. So this is taking a while. So all these are different modules that I have in my CRM. So if I just click on loan applicants, this takes me to the module that I've created and the field that I have, the standard layout. So these are the information that I collect from a loan applicant, like information like the basic applicant's information, and then information about the loan, and then some verification details. Now I want to see how all my information gets mapped, and I also want to see how the loan is approved or disapproved finally for this loan applicant. So I just go to the setup page, and then we have Command Center. For that, I have created a loan application process. Now, if you take a closer look, this process starts off with a little form submission. So this form submission could happen from different sources. If you want, you can add it as a stage inside this process. So you can add some more loops here and make sure that you collect forms from various sources like manual submission, online submission, and more. So here you have this application submission. Now once the application is submitted, you have different stages it goes through. First, the application gets reviewed. So here I have defined the action that for the lead or the loan applicant to go from application submitted stage to application reviewed stage. So for that, he has to get the documents verified. So the action here I have created is document verification. So when I check this box called document verified, then this lead will go from this application will go from application state to document verified state. And then you also have reviewal state. So once the documents are verified, these records or applicants are going to the documents reviewed stage. So from the reviewed stage to the approved stage, there's another checkbox that I've kept in the layout. Now, when the reviewer checks this box called approved, then the loan has been approved. So finally, there goes fund release stage. Now, it doesn't go just straight. There could be some insufficient information at the time of document verification. So if a document is under review, so that is there's no action or there's some uh, so you can just keep another action here. So when you try to add an action, you can just click on edit. So here you can set a deadline for the journey. Like if a document is not verified for over 10 days, then it automatically goes to rejection of loan. So if the data is insufficient, then the loan can be rejected. So you can create an entire loop of your process. So until all of these criteria are met, so this happens in the leads module, then it happens in the all this happens in the leads module, and then it goes to the payments or the uh, fund release module. So all of this is done. So let's try to create a journey from the scratch. Let's say lead to deal process. This is to show you how to start off and how to get it going. So this is how your command center would be. So when you first look at this, you say, so from the starting of this process is lead creation. So creation of a record is the transition. So in any layout, if you just go and create a lead, then this transition begins, or this command center begins. Now here, once a lead is created, it can be through different sources. All of this is mapped here. And once a lead is created, you might need one sales rep to validate the information submitted by this lead. So then it has to go to qualification stage. So in the leads module, if the lead is marked as qualified, then it goes to lead qualified stage. So, so here we go and edit the lead, and we edit any layout. So here I go and update the lead information. Okay, so then the information is verified and becomes a qualified lead. So once after qualification, you create a deal. You convert this lead. So the instant action here is to convert this lead. So the converting lead is so the action could be conversion of a record. So it could also be creation of a record in the deals module. So you enter the deal name. So this is the start of the lead when it is created, to the lead creation to qualification to convert to getting it converted as a deal. So this creates a lead. From the lead, a lead is qualified, and if it doesn't get qualified, it goes to rejection state, or it stays in the leads module. Once it is qualified, it is getting converted to the deals process. So this is a very simple thing that I can show you, but you can create a detailed process for your business every day. Now, in order to evaluate the effectiveness of your process, you have reports with Command Center here. So here if you see I have populated some information. So there are about 30 records that have entered the process, and out of the 30, 12 of them are under review stage, 12 of them are under approval stage. So here you get a detailed analysis of the number of records under different stages and the time spent of every record in each stage. So this was going to give you a detailed understanding about where you have to improve your process. Should I improve? Is it getting delayed in the approval stage, or is it getting delayed under the document verification team's side? So you will get a clear map of where your process is getting delayed. So here you have the average spend time report in each stage. So here the applications, once the application is submitted, until it goes to the next stage or the field level, you have a lot of time spent here. So probably you have to click and you have to see ways of how to improve this process. Now here we come to the end of the webinar. I'm sure you will be able to map your business with the Command Center and also enhance your customers' experience and win lifetime customers for your business every day. Thank you for listening to this webinar, and if you have any questions, please send us a mail to pilot@zohocrm.com. We will be extremely happy to help you out with the questions you have. In case you need some support, you can also send the request to that mail so we can get you some support from our team to establish or to create this until the next webinar. See you. Thank you.